Yeah, we still got a minute, so a minute and a half.
How's everybody doing this evening?
Hello, everybody.
How's everybody doing? There we go.
Hello.
I'm dueling site. I have the chat. Did I know? I'm dueling site. I have the chat. Did I know? I'm dueling site. I have the chat. What's happening? I'm dueling site. I have the chat. What's happening?
It looks like you're repeating. I think you probably need to close.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna take myself out and come back.
You're repeating. I think you probably need to close.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna take myself out and come back.
It looks like it's just me, friends. Hello, everybody. Namaste. I hope you all had a wonderful New Year. Well, I'm here by myself.
Mascha, can you turn your iPad off?
I hope you all had a wonderful New Year. Well, I'm here by myself.
Mascha, can you turn your iPad off?
I can't hear you. I mean, I can hear you repeating pre-recorded message.
Mascha, can you turn your iPad off?
I can't hear you.
Okay, so now we know that it must be something on Mascha's end. How do we fix it? Mascha, I think, can you hear me? Just shake your head if you can hear me. If you can take your, maybe your iPad off. Let me try adding you again. Or maybe your iPad off.
Yeah, mine is off because I've got it on a separate device. It's just more, I think your two devices repeating. Yeah, mine is off because I've got it on a separate device.
Okay. Well, folks, we've got an issue. How to fix this? Anybody know? Let's see. Okay, thanks, Mindy. I think she did. Okay, I think she did leave and she's going to come back. Oh, let's see. There she is.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's all good now.
Okay.
We're back. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year.
We tried to do this early, and oh my goodness, it didn't work. I don't know, but we're here now, and that's all that matters. So everybody, welcome to Wine and Tarot, and tonight I have wonderful Mascha from Musings with Mascha with me, and I'm so happy. I've been so waiting for this, and I'm really excited to have her on tonight. So let's see who is in the room. Well, we all know that Chris Kelly was first in, because I have that up. Chris was first in. He was 20 minutes early. He came in before I came in. So that was from, yeah, he was here first, and Kristen Louise was second. She came in second, and then there was Selkie. Hi, Selkie. And let's see, who else do we have? Kimberly Meyer. Hi, Kim. And then there was you. Hi, Mascha. Oh my goodness, there's Simon. My goodness.
Hi, Simon. Hello, Kristen.
Oh, he said he's popping in for a few before turning in. I know that it's late over there, so I appreciate you coming in. Hi, Jen, Science to Soul. I'm so happy to see you here. And Sandra, the Whispering Well, I know it's late for you too, so thanks for coming on in. Let's see, who else do we have?
Hi, everybody.
Justin's here. Mendy's here. Oh my goodness. It's so nice to see everybody. How's everybody's New Year so far? How is your New Year's Eve and your New Year's Day? How's everything going? I got outside for a walk today. I was so excited to be able to do that. It was, oh, hi, Lucy's Reflections.
Lucy is my friend from Australia, and I saw Maria is here as well, and Michelle Cracker from Australia is here.
Is it
Hello,
Taro Shayla? Hi, Shayla. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Yeah. Oh gosh. So yeah, I was able to get outside for a walk today because it's been cold, but not only that, it's been really rainy and gray and dark, and the sun came out today. So I thought it was a really great start to the year. Got out for a nice walk. The clouds look really funky. I'm going to post some pictures in my group after we get done. But how was your New Year, Mascha?
Yeah, it was lovely. It was very relaxing. The weather was quite rainy, so we went out on New Year's Eve. We went out to a Japanese place, to one of our favorite places, because I'm obsessed with Japanese food and all things Japanese. And and we stayed up like a proper Russian would until midnight and past on New Year's Eve. And yeah, so we do exchange gifts on New Year's as well with my husband. And I caught up with friends as well over this period. And yesterday we went to see a movie.
Wow. Things that we don't do here in America anymore. We don't go out to restaurants. We don't go to the movies. All of those things. It's so nice to see you be able to do that. Okay, so you said you exchange gifts with your husband on New Year's. New Year's. So do you exchange on Christmas as well, or just New Year?
Well, Gilly, yeah, we celebrate everything because my husband, he's South African, he's Afrikaans, so his Christmas is on the 25th of December. And then New Year's, because I grew up in Russia, New Year's was the biggest holiday of the year. So when you probably get your biggest gift of the year. And then we have Christmas on the 7th of January because we follow different calendars. And then we have Old New Year as well on the 13th of January or 14th of January. Old New Year's Eve is on the 13th of January.
So it's like January is your holiday month instead of like sort of for us, well, in America, it would be from November to December or from November to New Year. Like today, I took my Christmas tree down. All the decorations are down. Everything's down. We're starting the year.
Yeah, well, mine will be staying until the 15th of January.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of nice though that you get to exchange sort of all through the year. It's a nice way to do it. Well, I'm going to get ready to open my wine, and I know that it is what time in the morning there? 10 o'clock, right?
10 o'clock, yeah.
A little too early for wine. I mean, unless you want to. But Mascha, it was such a miracle that my doorbell rang and I opened it and there was a man there standing with a box and he handed it to me and I opened it and here our lovely Mascha sent me a bottle of wine from Australia to America. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but it was, this is called Jim Barry and it's a Shiraz. And it's one of your favorites, you said, Mascha.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, actually, I've been to the winery.
You what?
I have been to the winery a few years ago when we went to South Australia. We visited a few of our favorite wineries.
Okay, so how far is this winery from you now?
Oh, it's far away. It's probably over 1,000 kilometers away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, it's more than a day trip.
No, yeah, we had a trip. We had like 2 weeks in the States. We had a 2 weeks wine trip then, yeah.
All right, so now here's the time where I ask everybody in the chat what's in their glass. So let's see what everybody else is drinking. Hi, Zane. Zane, I hope you're still up for you're on next week, I think.
That's exciting, Zane.
Our ball is here. Ginger Faye is here. What are you pouring, Mascha?
Well, I thought, like since I can't have wine, it's too early in the morning. I thought I'll make myself a sparkling drink, and I thought I will use a wine glass. So I've got organic kombucha, and this one is the raspberry and lemonade. So I thought I need to cheers with you, and I thought I need to
cheers. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh. I love to brew my own kombucha. Unfortunately, I killed my SCOBY, so I'm going to have to get a new one. This wine is so good. It's not a lot of tannins. It's very, very smooth, and it's not, I would say like medium bodied. It's not heavier like a Merlot. And it still has that little bit of woodiness. Oh, I really am enjoying it.
Yeah, well, this one is what you probably would call your, traditional Australian Shiraz. Yeah, and it is medium bodied. It's a bit heavier than Australian Merlots would be, but it's got a little bit more fruit in it, like more plummy, cherry, chocolatey flavors to it.
Oh, so nice. Hi, Nerisse. Nerisse is here. Jonathan's here. So glad to have all of you with us.
And Gerald, hello, Gerald at the Hermit Maid.
I just saw that. Hi, Gerald.
Kimberly is here. Kimberly, Mia, Ginger Faye, and Maria as well. Yeah, did say hello to them. Yeah.
Jennifer Ball is drinking my other favorite drink. Now this I drink in the summertime a lot, iced coffee. I love it. And Miss Sandra has you said that you had a snowball earlier but finished it now, and I know you told me what that is. It's like, it's yellow in color. I think there's lemonade or lemon something in there. I know there's, and of course there is a little bit of adult beverage. So Mascha, well, first of all, you inspired me, you and Mendy both inspired me to start my depth year, or the year of living in, I was going to say intelligently. That's not what I mean. What is the word, Mascha? Intentionally. Yeah, intelligently and intentionally.
Yeah.
And, I set up I sat down yesterday and I set up my bullet journal, and I have all my intentions written down, and it's got off to a pretty good start. I did my walking today and got back into some stretching, and I'm really looking forward to this year of the devil that I have, but I'm not afraid. It's good. It's a good feeling. I can't remember what your year card is. Did you share that?
Yeah, the Hermit. I'm going with the Hermit. I think it was the Moon or the Hermit, but I'm going with the Hermit because the way I calculate it's the Hermit. So
I think Sandra has the Hermit this year.
And I'm really happy with the Hermit because for me this year is going deep within, going deeper, right? So the Hermit is the perfect card for me.
For sure. So do you want to share any favorite decks that you're working with for the month of January?
Yeah, for the month of January, I'm not going to share the one that I will use for the spread. It's my favorite. I am starting to study Thor's Tarot. So I'm not going to show the cards from the deck, but that's my most recent one. It's a Swiss version of a Thor's Tarot, because I really want to, I guess I want to be articulate and along three lineages, right? So I want to be comfortable with Tarot de Marseille, which I'm getting more comfortable, RWS and Thoughts as well. So I'm very excited. And I've done my year ahead spread with this deck. Another deck that I'm been really enjoying and I'm working with when it comes to RWS based decks is the Alice Tarot. I did show it a little bit in my live chat yesterday in plastic. I really adore it, and it's so colorful. The backs, colorful and quirky, and it just makes me happy.
That is a happy deck. That was a deck that I saw. I think it was either you or Mendy that showed it, and I had it in my shopping cart. Took it out, had it back, and now I'm in the year where I buy a deck a quarter, so it's not going to be for me, but I really do like it.
Yeah, I'm the same. My thing is like every 3 months I will be buying a deck. So that's one of my intentions for deck buying.
Mm-hmm.
And only tarot. So I'm not buying any playing cards. I'm not buying any oracles or Lenormand in 2021. But I am allowed 4 tarot decks plus whatever my husband gets me. So
Listen, I was sitting in front of the decks yesterday playing around with them. I say that I'm playing Jenga because I have to like fit them in so carefully because of he said, do you need a bigger bookshelf? And I said, well, yeah, but I mean, where are we going to put it? Like I need a big room with big bookcases. And really, do I? That's part of this year, right? Is to think about all of that. So I am not going to share all of the decks that I'm working with in January because Sandra and I are going to go live on Tuesday and talk about decks. But I am working. I am working with the Super Lunaris. And I may read the spread with that tonight. And the other deck that I'm really liking since I received it is the Tarot de Marseille Wave. This has just been a precious little deck, and I really enjoy it.
I don't have that one, but it looks like I've seen Mindy's walkthroughs and other walkthroughs, so it looks like quite a few in the community are enjoying this, the blend between RWS and the Marseille.
Yeah, when I did my review of it, I felt like it was, how the Pagan Otherworlds is kind of a mashup of Marseille and Waite as well. But with Pagan Otherworlds, I almost feel like the majors are very Waite Smithy and the pips are pippy with some artwork in them that you can tell that, you can tell that it's kind of related to the Waite Smith. But with this deck, I feel like the majors are very Marseille and the pips are way Waite Smithy. So I really kind of got the correlation between that, but I love the colors in this deck. And also the colors in the artwork with the Super Lunaris too. I'm really enjoying it. Oh my goodness. And then tomorrow, I think Jen and Jamie and I are going to go live and do the VR to Candy. So now I have to get all these decks together, which means I'm going to be taking decks out and then I'm going to be playing Jenga again in a couple of days. So it's what you do though, right? Oh, yeah. And I did show this deck yesterday, but Mendy and I traded, and I know she's in the room, so I'll just tell her. I have not, it's still sealed. I haven't opened it yet. I can't open it. It's I traded my Paradoxical Rose, and she sent me a Pablo Robledo Marcella deck, but I can't open it, the paper. I can't.
It's it's Mindy's and I like all-time favorite. It's such a beautiful deck. You will love it, especially with your Tarot de Marseille studies. It's the perfect deck. It was the second Tarot de Marseille deck that I got.
Okay, so what do you do with your paper after you open it?
Well, for now, because you see, like in a small apartment, I want a few of the papers I want to frame, kind of, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I just want my favorite paper, or maybe make like a collage of favorite ones. I don't know. But when we move to the larger property, I want to kind of do something with them. I want to display them in some way.
Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, because the only other deck that I have, I think that came wrapped in paper, other than the one that I sent Mendy, was my Chausson, and I folded it. I took it out of the paper and I folded the paper and put it in the bottom of the box. But I hate like putting a wrinkle in that top. I just don't like folding it. So that's a great idea, Mendy. Great idea. So I have a question for you about a Marseille deck, a Conver, because I was thinking about buying the Convert deck, but I think that Mendy said that the Pensée is larger cards, and I saw you with it yesterday, and it looks larger. And
Yeah,
do you like that one?
I do. I love them both, and they're different. Again, if you like more aged look or pinkier colors, then the Convert by Eve is better. But if you prefer the larger card and more like whiter background, the Pensée is better because it's more, it's larger cards. But also for me, I adore. I have both. You see, that's the thing, because I wanted because I know that you also are very interested in the history of Terre de Marseille.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought Eve's because I really wanted the historical, the more faithful reproduction. But this one is fairly faithful as well, so it's really good Convert. But the bags, I really love the bags.
Oh yes, they're beautiful.
Yeah. And the cards are large. You do have results, right? So I've got this one for the reason. Yes, so I'll just show you the card comparison. So that's the results, and this one is the Convert.
Oh.
Pensée. So you see the kind of the Pensée is tiny bit taller there, just sticking out, and but the just put this way, the Pensée on top. But the results, it's tiny bit wider. So you see those kind of borders sticking out there.
Okay.
So that's the price comparison. So similar, but just the results is a little wider, and the Pensée is tiny bit taller.
Yeah.
But the cardstock is really lovely.
Oh,
nice, yeah. Well, it's another one that I've been working with recently.
Do you have a book? Is there a good book out there about the history of Marseille Tarot? Like, is there anything all in one place, or is it many different books that you need to
I think it was the history of Tarot de Marseille. It's tricky at the moment because, Untold Tarot by Caitlin Matthews covers a little bit of history. And then there is J.M. David book, and that's available from Lulu, I think, from one of those. But it's a huge one. It's 536 pages, and it's like your 30-week or 40-week course on Tarot de Marseille. But it does go into history as well. But from my understanding, actually, Yves Renaud, Yves Renaud from where many of us love him. He's working on a book, but I don't know. It's probably not going to be published until 2022. But from my understanding, he was working on a book on history of Tarot de Marseille. Yeah,
well, a favorite person of mine too, especially since I learned how to translate the site. Yeah.
I don't actually buy from them. I just email him.
Oh, the first time I went onto the website, I soldiered through in French, and I took 5 years of French, but I can't speak it. And I mean, I'm really illiterate, but I like pieced words together and thought, okay, this looks like buy it. Yep. And then I think it was Mendy said, oh, down in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a little flag, and I found it. So the next time it wasn't so difficult. But I'm really enjoying, and that is one of my intentions for this year. It has been my intention for the past 2 years, but this year is the year I really want to learn to read Marseille, and I'm so blessed. I'm so lucky that I have people like you and Mendy and Justin and Chris and a bunch of people, Chris Yao, people out there that are really loving Marseille decks and are so open and so willing to share information, and we're all learning together. And I that's why I love this community. You know, I really appreciate everything that everybody brings to the table. We all have something just a little bit unique, that we bring, and we share, and we all learn from each other.
Yeah, it truly is an amazing community. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and also with Yves, when it comes to Tarot de Marseille, Yves Renaud, Pablo Robledo and Sullivan Hismos, they are my three favorite people. And that's another thing. I guess I probably have a little bit of my depth here. I'm only allowed to buy 4 decks a year, but if Pablo comes up with the new deck, or Sullivan, or Yves Renault, I'm giving myself permission to get that special deck if I really want to. And if he was so kind, but I haven't received the packages on the way, he actually gifted me one of his decks for Christmas. Yeah, but it's still, the postage is a little slow, so it still will be coming probably in the new year.
It's so hard to get packages back and forth from Australia. Well, Australia here is crazy. I think the last packages that Hen and I sent back and forth, it was a month, easily a month, if not 6 weeks or so, to get something back and forth. And that was in the summer before all of the US post office stuff started happening. So yeah. Oh, and there is Jamie with her new channel name, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. Did you see her first video yet?
No, I haven't yet. No, I was out yesterday for most of the day after my live, but yeah, I will still check it out. Hi, Jamie.
She put up a channel. It had to have been either late last night or very early this morning. She's 3 hours behind me. And she did her first video, and it was wonderful. It was just wonderful. So I encourage everybody to go over to Jamie's channel, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path. One of my lovely mods, if you could link it for us, go over to her channel, and you're welcome. And definitely subscribe to her and watch her new video. We're doing the gratitude challenge with Hen, so it's been a challenge for me already, because I think I was late, but I caught up. It's all right. You do what you can do. Oh, and here's a Jillyism story. So I did the video this morning. I recorded the video, and I've shared in a couple of my videos that the register for the heating unit is right by where I record. So I turned the heat off, or the air conditioning, depending upon the season. So I turned the heat off quick, and I went ahead and recorded my video. And 3 hours later, I'm really cold. I cannot figure out why, except that I forgot to turn the heat back on again. So then the heat ran for about an hour. But yeah, so I forgot. But we're warm now. It's all okay.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Yeah, staying warm.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So do you have a spread for us today?
Yes, I do, and it's a French cross spread, and I'll have to show you how to lay out the cards, and then we can do it. You can do the spread with mages only, which I'm going to. Well, myself, I will be using my Tarot Jury results, and I selected the mages only for the spread. But also, it can be done with the full deck, and that's the layout, how you place the cards. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're using the full deck, place the 5th card in the middle. But if you're using the mages only, just wait until you open all the first 4 cards.
Okay, so we should shuffle this time and lay out those cards right away.
Yeah, okay. So, and then I will give you the cues for which card is what. Yeah, so yeah, and you can do it more like as a general reading, or you can do with a particular theme or topic in mind as well. So,
all right, everybody, I'm going to use my full deck because it's already shuffled in, and I don't want to have to go through and pull out all my majors. But
yes, as I mentioned, you can. Yeah, make an intention whether you do it as a general one or whether you have a particular area of focus in mind. Okay. And once you shuffle your mages only or full deck, lay cards 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will do the same.
This is exciting. I think it was Kelly Bear and I were talking about the fact that we don't work with spreads very often, except now I do, because every week in Sit With Me, we do a spread, and then, you know, every week here. So I've really started working with spreads quite a lot of late.
Yeah, I don't work with spreads anymore. That's why I like this one, because, well, I've learned it from Camellia Elias, of course, but she learned it from somewhere. So, yeah. So the first card that you lay 1, 2, 3, 4, the first one is you or your situation. So it's you or your situation.
Oh, I got a beautiful one.
What did you get?
I got strength.
Nice.
And I love this card because I don't think it's just about, you know, strength in a situation where, you know, you're feeling weak, but I also think that it's cultivating strength in your life, inner strength all the time. You know? What did you get?
I've got the Emperor. So that's, yeah, me. And I guess for me, it's, I guess it can be seen as a positive card or constructive card, right? So, but it's more relying on the external sources, external means of controlling things. And I see Emperor, while he's stable, his legs are crossed, so he's quite defensive and protective. So that's where I'm sitting at the moment, right? So, and he's looking more, well, I don't know how it's on StreamYard, but he's looking more into the past. For this reading, actually, I did put a focus in mind, my depth here and my spiritual practice for 2021. So that's why I'm kind of, yeah, I guess bouncing from that focus as well.
That's
so
what
that's
I did, Masha. We're thinking alike.
Yeah.
You know, I read somewhere, and I can't remember where, but where the emperor's legs are crossed, and they generally look like a 4.
Yeah.
Which is also the way your legs are positioned in tree pose.
Well, yeah, for me, tree pose is more like a hangman, really reversed, right? So it's either headstand or a tree pose.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it. That's why I said it, because you're the yoga person.
Yeah, well, for me, you see, and here with type 1, you can see here in the corner, we also have number 4 in results, because it's based on type 1, Terra de Marseille. Right. Yeah, and there is a yoga pose which is called figure 4, or some call it reclined pigeon or whatever, right? So different names. But yeah, for me, this cross is very tight, so it's more kind of sitting and while being in control, yet protecting yourself from the.
This leg is way over.
Yeah, from the world. So that's the first card.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got in the chat. I'm trying to go back up to see. Oh wow, lots of, okay. I'm trying to get to the back up to the.
I'm curious if everybody is using the full deck, or some of you are using the majors only.
Oh yeah, let us know that if you're using the full deck or the majors only. Mendy got La Pepes. I think that's as far. Kristen got 4 of Cups. Can we see the spread one more time?
Yeah,
Can
sure.
you hold up the spread one more time? Thank you.
Yeah, so you lay the cards again. If you're using the majors only, leave the 5th card for now. If you're using the full deck, put the cards 1, 2, 3, 4, and put the 5th one in the middle and open the first one. So we kind of, or you can open all of them if you want, but that doesn't really matter, right? So you're doing reading for yourself, but that's the order. So you put them in the cross of 4, and the 5th one will be the last one that we will talk about. I will put the spread on your page as well, Julie. I will pop it as a image file.
Okay, got the Queen of Swords. That's my card of the month.
I saw Chris with some cups.
Kristen Louise got the 4 of Cups. And Naomi, Neris and Jonathan are using the full deck. And Jennifer Ball said, "Hi, Havana. Hello."
Hi.
but what are you using full deck, Jennifer, or just majors?
Bindi is using the majors only. And Kimberly May is using the majors only. Simon has got full deck and got 7 of swords.
Oh, here's our Essence is here too. Hi, Neem. She's going to pause her work and do this spread. Love it.
Yeah, so just once again, if you're just only joining us, Neem, that's the spread. That's how you lay the cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one in the middle if you're using the full deck.
Okay. All right. Ginger Faye, full deck. Inquisitive. Most people, I think, are using full deck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Gerald got the 7 of Swords. Ace of Wands for Shayla. So excited. Okay. Oh, King of Fire.
Mm.
All right. What's the second one?
The second one is what's opposing you or interacting with you.
So, okay. Oh, well. So I got the 10 of Swords. And that probably would be correct, but only because well, 2 things came to mind for me. One is that it's my thoughts. It's my thoughts because I've got a lot of them. It's not necessarily that they're, you know, negative thoughts, but I do have a lot of them, and I can get bogged down by that, which is why I like to get it out on paper. And then the other thing that's happening, Kristen and I were talking about this, chatting about this a little bit today in one of her posts, and that is I am realizing that in winter, I really get insomnia. I think it's because I'm not as active, but I go to sleep at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then I get awake at 1 o'clock, and then I can't go back to sleep until 4 or 5. And I'll sleep for another 4 or 5 hours, which means I'm up. I don't wake up until way later on in my day than I'd like to. So I think that's part of this too, like kind of being overwhelmed by that feeling. And I'm trying to let go and sort of just go with it, because I think if I can, I'll self-correct. But anyway, that's my card.
What deck are you using, Julie?
Super Linares.
Right, yeah, nice, yeah. Yeah, well, what's opposing me or interacting with me is the Empress. So it's quite interesting that you as the Emperor and opposing me as an Empress, especially as I mentioned that my intention for the spread was spiritual focus, like spiritual guidance for the depth year. And it's very interesting because for me, this is the year of Shakti. That's the year where I want to work with the goddess and explore the more feminine energy, more yin energy. And I have kind of already here the yin and yang, right? So in myself and interacting with myself. So again, both of them are the cards of, in some way, control, leadership, and authority, but we have here more defensive and external, when here we have more relying on your internal and your gut feeling. So yeah, I quite like it.
So nurturing, the Empress, you know.
Yeah, nurturing, and what can bring that harmony, right? So more rigid against graceful, again, yin and yang balances. So I kind of like that because that's what I'm aiming for. And while it's opposing me, that's the thing that I'm actually having all intentions to work on in 2021. Yeah.
Okay, so oh, Justin said, winter's always hard for me. Oh, I'm sorry, Justin. Lockdown just makes it worse. We should talk. We should make spaghetti together online. Together, we can do Zoom spaghetti. All right. So Jennifer Ball is typing. Oh no, Essence typed the question for Jennifer Ball. What's opposing you? And let's see. What have we got here? I'm trying to scroll. You can probably, can
yeah,
you?
We have nine of wands for Gerald at the Hermit's Mage. We have Kristen Louise, the Fool, opposing or interacting with, right? Kristen, the Star for Kimberly. Sheila, is it Sheila? Sheila got the Hermit. Ace of Wands opposed by the Hermit. Ace of Wands opposed by the Hermit for Sheila. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Justin. Yeah, I'm the same. When I lived in Tasmania, I found colder month really, really difficult, and that was prior the lockdown.
Man, Justin, I can tell you one thing I do, and it's really, really helped me. I'm not giving you medical advice here, but I take more vitamin D in the winter than I do in the summer because we're so enclosed. And I started taking more vitamin D during lockdown too, because we just don't get enough. And I also, Mr. Honey bought me one of the SAD lights, for seasonal affective disorder, and I really like it. I put it on in the morning when I'm having my coffee, and I don't know, like I think that it's helping.
No, but vitamin D, I even take it in the summer, Julie, even in Australia, because vitamin D, B12, well, on a plant-based diet, but I think vitamin D, B12, and magnesium, because of the deficiency of the soil, it's like any time of the year, really, we all can benefit from it, from my experience.
Yeah, when I talked to my physician about it, she said, look, you can take this all year round because we're not an agricultural society anymore, and we're also not children playing outside all the time. So we don't get enough sun because we're inside in the air conditioning in the summer, and we're inside in the heat, in the warmth in the winter time, and the winter's just darker. So the vitamin D just really kind of gives me a lift. And
yeah, but even like getting a really good quality multivitamin, because all the like calcium, magnesium, all the minerals, they're very much closely linked to the brain and to the state. Yeah.
We usually go to Florida in February. When I was in school, my grandparents, when I was in high school, I graduated from high school that year, my grandparents moved to Florida. And most every February after that, because I would get the blues. And back in the way day, we didn't know what this was about, but I would get depressed after every Christmas. My parents just thought, it was because Christmas was over, but I think it was seasonal affective disorder. And my grandparents would send me plane tickets to Florida. So I had some nice vacations over spring. But anyway, let's see. I do too. I think that it's really good for people to be open about their mental health struggles. Yes, and the tarot community, I think, really does open up about those struggles. And I think that we can all band together. We can all link arms and get through this together. I really believe that. So. All right.
Yeah, Chris was saying that apparently B12 tablets don't absorb well, but you can get a sublingual B12 drops that are really good. Yeah, I get drops, Chris, and I get most like the ones that melt very quickly underneath your tongue, sublingual. Yeah, that's the ones I get. Yeah.
I take the caplets that dissolve really quickly.
Yeah,
they're gels. Yeah.
Right, so next card is in the third position. I'll just show a spread if somebody joining us and haven't seen it. So we had 1, 2, right? You opposing, you interacting with you. Number 3 is the card of advice, but also, as you can see, if you look at the body, right, that's your body, head, feet, hands, right? So that's the head. What's in your head? What are you thinking? And so that's the card, the advice. and what am I thinking? What are my thoughts? So you can look at it in different ways. And for me, I have the Fool on this one.
Oh, what a lovely card to get in that spot.
Yeah, I want to be like that in my head. Yeah, that's pretty much be my little champion, right? Yeah. So, and for me again, it's with my focus for 2021. So it's allowed that time for lightness and spontaneity, in predictability, right? So, just accepting things as they come, and but also what I like, looking up, right? So the Fool is kind of moving into the future, and he looked up. So that's for me is really important advice. Just kind of look up, get outside. It's a card of movement, right? So for me, movement is one of the things that I want to focus on, more like functional movement, and to learn more, right? Like qigong and those things. And yeah, training, that doesn't really matter. But yeah, for me, it's very, very important in a way that it's looking up, it's playful, it's moving, and it's not really taking things too seriously, but rather allow for that spontaneity and surprise in life. Yeah.
I have a friend that that practices qigong. He practices every day. He lives in New Mexico, and they do it in a community park, and they've been able to do it socially distanced even during the pandemic. So it's been kind of nice. So my card is the King of Cups. And I think this is really interesting because my card today for day one of gratefulness was the Page. And so cups, are about, emotions and creativity and intuition. And this is so true in this. And the King he's got it all together. He's got this managed, he's balanced. He's got it all balanced out. And this is what I'm trying to do this year, is to just really kind of walk that middle path and really think about balancing. Now, that said, people, I am human, so not always, but it's my goal.
But it's a great card for advice, right? So it's like, yeah,
it's
pinnacle.
I feel like the king, the kings are balanced, and they manage their empires well, and his empire is all about his emotions and his creativity and his intuition and having it all kind of lined up. So yeah, goals. What have we got?
We had Justin, he's got 2 of Swords, Ginger Faye, Page of Wands, Jenna Bowles, 7 of Pentacles, Chris, 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands for Jonathan Daly.
Oh, Jonathan used to do Qigong every day. Ian got the Page of Fire. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I practice yoga every day, but Qigong is still very new to me, and I've started learning it in 2020, but I want to, because, classes for half a year, pretty much, we couldn't really find a class to go to, but now it look like if all things are, going as they are in Australia, I will be able to attend some course or some class with a Qigong teacher.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What do we have for number 4?
Number 4, so that's the bottom card again. So remember, heads, feet. So where we're heading, the outcome, and the question, where am I heading to? And yeah.
Okay, so where are we moving to?
Yeah.
Okay.
The outcome of where we're moving to, again, it's just the free spread in a way, it kind of allows for freedom to answer.
I need my best friend Ruby here. What did you get?
I got the World. And I have the World actually in my year head spread. So if I'm heading into the world, stepping into the world, I'll take it.
Wow. So
And also for me, just quickly, because remember my first two cards, they were the Emperor and the Empress, right? And the outcome was the world. And for me, that's the combination of both energies, of the masculine and feminine, of the yin and the yang, of the Shiva and Shakti. So yeah, I'm really liking my cards for this reading.
Mine are making so much sense. And we say this all the time. Oh, somebody got the High Priestess. I think it was Nereis. But I love the High Priestess card. But you know, the cards just don't lie, right? So mine, and this is it. So with everything I've said so far, so this is my outcome is the Eight of Cups. And this is what my depth year is all about. It's about, you know, looking at things differently, and looking at going to a different place, and maybe leaving some things behind that I liked, but maybe didn't serve me so well in the end, you know, and that there may be a little bit of sadness with that, but all in all, you know, going to a better place, getting to a different and a better place. So I think that kind of says it all. And the Eight of Cups happens to be my card for August, for my Wheel of the Year.
For the August is a month.
Oh my gosh, month 8. Wow.
Yeah. And it's a pretty deck as well, Julie, that you're using. I saw Mindy with the Hermit for the outcome, for the depth year. And for me, that's the card of the year for me. I'll just quickly scroll. High Priestess, 9 of Wands. For Jonathan, 5 of Earth. For Neem. For Kristen as the Sun. Yay.
For Justin, 9 of Wands. Moving on. What did Justin get?
Tower.
Tower as this is the outcome.
The outcome, yeah.
Look, talk to Hen about the Tower, because she has a really good outlook on it. It's about which way are you going to look? Are you going to look? And I know that it's about a particular deck, but I do think that we can look at the Tower as a cleansing, and as a, you know, it happens. I think it happens pretty much all at once. It's like this big holy shit moment, but it is a cleansing, and it is a definitely blasting away of the stuff that doesn't serve, and what remains is what you need.
Yeah, blasting away from the things that don't serve, liberating, thinking of what do you want to liberate from.
Oh, I like that, liberation. Yes. Very, very true. Very true. Oh, Kristen Louise says she sees the Tower as the tearing that shit down card. And that's, yeah. Moving forward, we shall hold each other up as we mush on. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Oh, I guess Simon's headed to bed. So good night, Simon. Thank you for being here. I really
He was saying that he can't sleep, so just laying here listening to you, very comforting.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then I'm glad that you're listening to us, and we're very comforting, friend.
Yeah, so the fifth card now, if you use the full deck, you probably already put the fifth one in the middle. But if you only use the trumps, what you're going to do, you're going to add the numbers of the 4 cards that you pulled, right? So I have full for 0, so we just leave it out. So I have 21 for the World, I have 4 for the Emperor, and 3 for the Empress. So we have 21 plus 7, 28. So 2 plus 8 is 10. So the fifth card for us is the synthesis, right? So it's what do we know deep down. So it's more like I guess the essence of the reading, the synthesis of the reading, and what do we know deep down. Which one did you get, Jilly? I need to find. Oh,
what's in your soul?
But I need to find the card to show you.
So I'm going to read my 5th card just totally intuitively. And my 5th, wait a minute. I want to make sure that I have the right number. I think I do, but sorry. Need Ruby again. Yeah, I do. Okay, so I got the 4 of Pentacles for this synthesis card. And what this tells me is that I've got this. That, you know, like the 4, you know, they're holding on to, they've got the feet on each one. They're holding those pentacles. And I think that is it. I think that I've got it. I've got it within my strength and my power to do what it is I need to do to reach that place.
Yeah.
To get through the depth year, which is, I think, enlightening.
And I think we all kind of can probably benefit from 4 of Pentacles.
Okay, so Jonathan Daly says 7. Oh, he jumped.
Well, let's talk about mine. For me, it's the wheel. So when I added all the numbers, number 10 is the wheel. And actually for what I know deep down, right, that I needed that phase change, that cyclical change. So I needed the change to come and I needed that evolution. And if you look at, you see also the way I read, so you see my card number 2 is sort of like ruling, it's kind of to the right of number 4, to the right of number 5, right? So, and I had number 2 is the Empress. So what I like to see is that Empress, and we have the handle of the wheel. So she may have like the hand on the wheel to turn it. So for me, it tells me that embodying that more feminine, more softer energies, but yet being in my power, right? But more from a softer, nurturing side, that may create the cyclical change that I've been seeking with my spiritual focus for 2021.
I love it. Jonathan Daly got 22. So is that the Fool, or is that 2 and 2 is 4, the Emperor?
Well, Jonathan, if you're using the full deck, you just pull the 5th card as your next one after 4th. It's only if you're using the terms you're adding the numbers.
All right. Justin Michael got the King of Cups. You and me, Justin. I got the King of Cups too. Who else? Ginger Faye got, she got, Ginger Faye's trying to tell Jonathan for the Emperor. Kristen Louise got the Wheel of Fortune, which is her year card. Oh, but he's starting. Let me let him out.
Same as me, Kristen.
Come on, let's go outside. Where's Daddy? Come on. Come on. Mark, call him. Daddy's calling.
And Ginger Faye, you got the Judgment card. Hello, Asha.
Oh, okay.
Sheila got the Hierophant.
Wait, come on out. Come on, let's go out.
So, Jonathan, 5th card is the Queen of Swords for you. Yes, Kimberly, if you did draw majors only, you just add the numbers of 1, 2, 3, 4 and reduce it if it's more than 22. Like for me, it was 28 when all the numbers were added, and I put 2 plus 8 is 10, and that got me to the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I think
I will post the spread into this page as well.
So we don't draw if we're using only majors, Kimberly says.
Yeah, I did answer that. Yeah, so if you're using majors, you add the numbers, but if you're using the full deck, then you just put them 1, 2, 3, 4, and with the 5th card is what do you know deep down, or what's your essence? What's the essence of the reading? And also, if you're reflecting later on the spread, and I will pop the cues there, so you can look at we have the vertical line, right? So we have the horizontal line. So the vertical one is the line of your being. The horizontal one is the line of becoming. So yeah, you can reflect on that as well. And past influences, present influences for the cards 1 and 2. That's why I really like the spread, because I don't use spreads as much, but when it comes to general readings, that's the one that I most likely would go to.
I really like this a lot. I think that it really gives some really good and clarifying information. So you will go ahead and post it in the group?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Oh, that would be absolutely wonderful. So what is on tap for you and your channel for January? Sorry, I'm feeding my dog over here so he doesn't.
Mine is, yeah, he's gone. He's fallen asleep. Well, for me, I actually did a little video on my channel update, right? My channel direction for 2021. And what I want to be doing, I will be doing lives, well, same time every week, which is Saturday, 9 o'clock in the morning for me. And you probably know what it's scheduled for you. I think it's, yeah, Friday
nights for us.
Yeah, 5 p.m. Friday night, and I think 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time in the UK. So yeah, and on my channel, and I did well, we have quite a few of you here, and thank you so much everybody for joining. But if you would like to come to Live Musings with, maybe Julia, you can come to my Live Musings with chat.
Too, I would love to.
Yeah, and so just for a chat, and generally if I invite 1 or 2 people, if we do 3 of us chatting, I don't do rapid fire questions, but I really love my rapid fire questions. So if we do 2 of us together, then yeah, it will be a topic for discussion on Live Musings with, and we'll have quite an extensive list of rapid fire questions to get to know you. I have started series side by side with RWS, where because I really love when I get any RWS based deck, I really like to look at Pixie's art in comparison. Hence, I started the series just to show the original Pixies deck, one of them, and that's kind of nice also that we can showcase the newest US games that I know you love, Jilly, the more muted one, and other ones with another based on RWS deck. My series with Geeking Out on Marseille will continue, and now they come with the tag. So if any of you make a video about Marseille studies or historic decks, do let me know, and I will also pop your video in my playlist. So exploring my Marseille studies continue with that, and doing walkthroughs of historic Marseille decks and maybe modern ones as well. I will continue, yeah, and I will be resuming my Wellness Musings with series, which I'm excited about. So it's all about things I'm passionate about, like Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, yoga, meditation. And this year I'm planning to be reading a lot of books, not buying any books. And I will be planning to not like doing a brief review of those books, but pretty much sharing my learnings from the books, what worked for me, what I have implemented from those books in my practice. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. But I'm planning to kind of do those series like on the same day. It's either live chat or like a premiere. Yeah, and all the other things, like walkthroughs and what's your use?
I can't wait to see more you on Marseille, and I do love your side by sides, Mascha. You have such a special, you just have such a special energy and a special channel, and I'm so very glad that you came to visit with me today in your morning and my evening on separate days of the year. It just freaks me out that this can happen, and I have thoroughly enjoyed our time together.
Thank you so much for having me. I have enjoyed it too, and I had so much fun.
We'll do it again because we have so many other things. We have tea to talk about, and Zen things to talk about, and Japanese things to talk about. So many other things to talk about.
And cooking.
Oh my gosh, and cooking. Wine. Yes, and veganism and vegetarianism. Okay, so I'll ask you one last question. This is about veganism. So my problem, with being vegetarian too, is cheese. Where I live, we just don't get good, like we don't get good nut cheeses here at all. So what do you do if you probably don't even crave cheese and crackers anymore, but what do you do if you wanted cheese and crackers, what would you do?
Well, you see, I when I lived in Tasmania, actually, I because the weather was cold, I did allow myself some of the cheese, but I don't know. It's again, it's just different preferences and taste. The good alternative is the goat cheese because it's better for your health. But and you see, like I don't promote veganism as much, really, and I think also it doesn't work for everybody because we have different. What I'm a big advocate, and I think well, Jonathan Daly, he studied with the same school of integrative nutrition in New York that I did. It's the concept of bi-individuality. It's figuring out what works for us, figuring out our cravings and what we have, whether it satisfies our cravings and how we feel. If we feel good, it's absolutely fine. I'm a big advocate of bi-individuality, really getting to know your body, really getting to know what foods really make you thrive and work for you, and adding more plants, because what I'm more advocating rather than veganism, and because it's more a lifestyle, and I know many of us in the community are, and by the book I probably can classify as one of those, but I am very passionate about whole food plant-based diet. So we are all plant-based with the addition of any like animal protein or dairy, right? So, and if we can implement more whole foods that are not packaged foods, that are grown foods in our diet, whatever other 10, 15% you add, I think you will find some sort of equilibrium, provided those additional proteins and additional foods that you eat that makes you feel healthy and thriving. And it's like, for me, you see, like everything is interconnected. One of my intentions for 2021 is to reduce the use of plastic. And what do I buy in plastic? I buy chips and crackers and all the like unhealthy foods that are in plastic. So for me, even that thing makes me think as of my diet that I don't need that stuff. I can actually buy things not in plastic and make things from scratch myself.
We still use plastic shopping bag, like grocery bags here in the States. When you go, like if we go and get our groceries, we don't, it's not like Europe and probably like you are used to going, like we don't go just every couple of days. We'll go once every 2 weeks and do a big shopping load and come home with maybe a dozen grocery bags. But they're those plastic ones, and I really would like to get away from using those. But we also do use those in Poop Patrol in our backyard, but then they go to the landfill. It's boggling to think about. It really is.
No, but just taking your own, when you go to the shops, because in Australia, even to buy a cucumber, sometimes a cucumber is wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
But you just make a choice that you choose the one that is not, and I bring my own bags, and I'm not, that's why it's my intention, because I'm far from like being good with that.
Yeah.
But also for me, everything starts with the food, really, because the body is the temple we need to cleanse and nourish, right? Before we kind of body, like even if you look at the chakras, the root chakra, right? It's our material, it's our gross, like more physical stuff, right? And for me, even starting with not buying things that are packed in plastic and not buying, well, in Australia, you see like when you enter into the supermarket, the left side most likely will be, or right side, but one of the other will be your fresh produce, right? And the other one is the fridge stuff. Yeah. So for me, it's kind of aiming not to go and shop in the middle, but go and shop when the fresh stuff is. And
yeah, I talked to a nutritionist once. She was a chiropractor too, and she said shop the perimeter.
Yeah,
shop the perimeter of the store. Don't shop the middle. And it's interesting because we really do. We shop mostly the perimeter, very few things in the middle, and some frozen. We do some frozen. I like to think of myself as plant-based. And I do eat, I love goat cheese. Oh, I do. And I don't eat it often. So I try not to, I try not to beat myself up about that. And I can tell you that in the summertime when the grill is fired up, that's when I can usually, do vegetarian or plant-based all through the winter, fall, winter, but once we get to grill season, it's really hard for me. But whole food plant-based is the way I feel healthiest as well.
Yeah.
And my daughter, my youngest daughter came to visit us at Christmas time, and she said, "Mom, oat milk is Jesus."
Well, Jennifer Ball saying I was whole food plant-based for a year. My hair was breaking off, so I reintroduced some meat again. Well, you see, Jenna, what I'm talking about again, it's again as by individuality, that right. So that's how it affected your body. And I mean, I'm not a dietitian, and yeah, I am a health coach. I studied nutrition as a clinical nutrition as well. But yeah, and what I'm talking about again is the concept of by individuality. And you can still be whole food plant-based for most part, right? So I think all of us, what I'm talking about, whole food plant-based is pretty much including a variety of vegetables and fruits in your diet, adding whatever proteins of your choice, right? That whatever works for you, whatever your holistic practitioners or whoever physicians that you go to, that they advise, right? And going from there. So for me, it's about the healthy diet is pretty much making things from scratch. And when also my husband, he does eat occasionally meat. He eats fish, right? But we try to get him wild caught fish. And when we buy his meat, when he wants his steak or anything occasionally, or chicken, we know where it comes from, right? So we know which farmer, how the animal was raised, how it was slaughtered for meat, right? So we know that, and I think that's the important thing to be aware where your produce, doesn't matter what you eat, but where it comes from, and if you can ensure the best quality.
Justin said that he couldn't live without me, and I will say, Justin, on New Year's, right after the bells tolled, I said Happy New Year to Mr. Honey, and then I said, we should eat more meatless meals, and he made a face at me. I said, I just made this yummy vegetable soup today. How about if I send that to work with you with, how about if I send that to work with you with an apple? And he was like, vegetable soup? No.
Well, you see, my husband is easy. He eats anything, and whatever I make, like if I make even a nice Japanese meal, he will cook his own salmon or fish, right? And he will supplement it. Like if I make my ramen, he will make an egg himself, so I don't have to, but I'll make the base for it. Yeah, and
that's what we do too. Like if I am kind of doing chicken or fish, then that's what I do, and he'll do his other.
Yeah, and I know, Justin, like you say, you don't, but I also know how you're hunting and the ethical principles that you apply to it. So I do understand where it comes from. And also, look, Dalai Lama is not vegetarian because he's got, I think, liver condition that he needs to have some animal products. My yoga teacher, one of my yoga teachers, he was plant-based for a long time, but he nearly died. So he had to introduce chicken, free range chicken and some seafood in his diet, and he's thriving on it now. So it's again by individuality, how we talk about diversity in this community and diversity in our card decks, by individuality as well as recognizing how different we are, and we have different needs, dietary, movement, everything. We just need to find what works for us.
For sure. B. Kestrel just said, I enjoy eating meat, but I could always eat less. And I think that's, one thing that we can do. If you like to go out to eat, or if you like to call out to eat, hey, I get that, because a lot of nights I'm here by myself. Mr. Honey's working, and it's, I've done that too. But if you can, just one time do whole food plant-based, we just do one more thing, and to help ourselves, I think we just make ourselves better, and we make a better world. So
ultimately, we all need plants. Look, the research is shows that, right? But what we eat along with them, it's really it's up to us, and
meat, and you're going to eat the dairy, just eat some greens to to clean your body out with too. That's what I say. So
And I would say don't come buy dairy and fruit, but it's my thing.
All right.
Separately. That's how you make principles, no fruit and dairy together. So, you know, like how in the West we have like fruit and yogurt or berries and yogurts, in Ayurveda it's a big no-no.
Oh no. Oh no. And I just put fruit in my overnight oats. Oh well.
No, separately. Fruit, like if you have fruit like 20 minutes before, right? Like dry fruit is fine, I think. But yeah, just more. But it's again, I'm just laughing because it's one of the Ayurvedic principles. It's actually been huge when I was transitioning, not even to plant-based, but while I was eating dairy, because that used to be my normal breakfast, you know, fruit and yogurt. But when I separated them, that kind of already created a huge change in my digestive system. But again, you see, by individuality, my digestive system was really stuffed up with all the antibiotics I grew up on. So it's still kind of years from it, it's still recovering.
Well, Mascha, again, I always learned from you. As a matter, I told you before, I love your energy, love your channel, and it has been my pleasure to have you with me tonight. And I would love to come on Musings with Mascha with you anytime. You let me know.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, we will talk. So, yeah. And I'm so grateful for everyone who came for a chat. And thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for doing the spread with us, participating, and even sharing what you eat. I love talking about food. So, yeah.
Me too. Come with recipes next time we get together. All right.
Yeah, I've got a few good Japanese ones.
Oh, I can't wait. All right. You guys, it's been great. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I will see you again live tomorrow night. I think I'm with Jamie and Jen from Science to Soul, sometime somewhere in the sphere, sometime around 7 or 8 Eastern. So look for us. And I will see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Much love. Namaste. Bye, everybody.